On your radical, my favorite building in all of Ogden. I remember I did that great one when my grandkids were real little, standing there playing the air guitars, the three of them. So this is Weber State's old gym. We all grew up knowing it as the Deseret gym. But before that, Misaka, the first player of color in the history of the NBA, won 2 national championships in that gym. You know, the great Arnie Farron, Ogden High. But this is Watt's gym. Leslie Hodgson's master. It's my favorite. I mean, I've done some work on it. The old Deseret, the racquetball courts are apartments now. Oh, God, they are so junk. My daughter lived in one. She was like the first one in them. Sink fell out of them. Remember my little grandson? When I first got out of the bone marrow trial, I used to take care of him one time. He's crawling up those bricks, getting out the back fence. And God, like a little monkey. I said, what are you doing? He's just a little teeny guy. I said, you're going to fall from there. And he says, Nationwide is on my side. And this is the power of television and advertising. But so my favorite photograph ever is Luann Bambro, Lauren Scott, standing right there. That's the photograph that discovered her. I was friends with her. She had legs taller than me. That's when the model agency found her, and it was just, in no time, she was on the runways of Paris. You know, Mick Jagger's girlfriend, please. She was so much more. She was a gem, by the way. Everybody loved her. You know, so it's time to change the name, take it away from this hedge fund who bought it 25 years ago. It's set vacant for well over 20 years now. I mean, it's outrageous. And I've been in it recently. Oh, there's 2. The gyms in there are magnificent. It's time we take it back and change it to Watt, Misaka, Leslie Hodgson Gymnasium. So the Watt, Misaka, Leslie Hodgson Gymnasium. Ogden, I'll donate any work. I restored the Masonic Temple. His 19-year-old Leslie Hodgson, when he was just 21 years old, did that one. I hung from a rope. I'll do it for free. I'll donate anything I can to help preserve his legacy, because Weber won't state. They won't even mention his name. Well, they won't even mention Paul McKay's. Her classroom right there. Brody. So, it's important. The incredible Leslie Hodgson. I went to West Weber Elementary. Used that Frank Lloyd Wright plan. I even had it written. I even got it negotiated into the, okay, we'll tear a big piece of down, bit a big wall, but I was in the bone marrow transplant center. I just got out, and the superintendent came into my house. I had a central line. I was so sick, and he says, well, I was sent to talk to you. Well, how are we going to do it? Just hire a crew, brick by brick. It's tiled, piece by piece, and take it apart. We did it at the Ogden Mall. I mean, by the way, Mike Wakely did all the pavers they're replacing right now. 78's passing. He's dying of cancer right now. I hope he can survive. He ran the Ben Lomond forever. Me and him grew up together, went to West Weber Elementary together. Oh, we don't have time. We got a mailbox. I went and dug through, full of cancer, me and Clay Penman and his wife Julie, and we found just enough to we got a mailbox. Illegal. The guy who's the principal there says, oh, you know, Joanne, who I went to high school with now, I grew up with in West Weber. She went there. She's the principal there now. She's the greatest. So, anyway, Hancock, Hobbs. So, it's time. It's time we let these, I don't know who runs this show in this, but it's pathetic. This is, I think, well, it's my favorite. And that's saying a lot in this town. You know, they let the Coliseum burn down, the Exchange building, that needs to be saved, you know. Leslie Hodgson's also, I mean, we say Polk barely. Talking about rechanging the name. Well, I get it, Polk was evil, but, you know, he's one to change the Mexican border. Ask Taylor, you don't believe me. So, this, and we all grew up in it. Everybody in Ogden grew up in this. That's where we spent all our time. Oh, this is a freaking masterpiece in there. It's a gem. Leslie Hodgson's finest besides Ogden High. Well, think about it. This town wanted to tear fucking high. Rise a can, Blanche. So, you'll see later today what I'm going to do. Jackson Pollock, the dripper. Kevin Blanche, the soup can flipper. So, it's time. Take it back from the hedge fund. It's set vacant for 25 years. Turn it into a museum. The Leslie Hodgson, Watt Misaka, you know, for all the incredible, different I mean, Watt was born here of Japanese descent, J Street. You know, maybe we could turn it into the Madam's Museum. You know, Annabelle, why not? You know, name the gymnasium after Annabelle. You know, she passed away in 2008 driving out there. She was a madam. Didn't her grandson, her son play in here? Isn't Alan Hall, Byron Russell, this Lakers' real father? That's what I've been told. Alan Hall won national championships. Dick Conley, who worked for me, by the way, this is important for me to tell you this. Dick Conley, at the end of his life, you know, my old coach, won a national championship. 19 with Alan Hall. Isn't Alan Hall Byron Scott's real father? Yeah, he's from here. Byron. He was born at 10. I think he left at 10. His mom's family's all still here. You know, Watt, he's the guy. First player of color in the history of the NBA. Born and raised here. What a story his is. Leslie Hodgson. Of course, he was born in Salt Lake, but still he did all his work here. It's his building. Oh, he's the greatest architect ever. I mean, he's every bit as important as Frank Lloyd Wright. You know, so it's time we take Ogden's history back. And I'll quote Dr. Burroughs the other day. Somebody's talking about different Ogden over there, and he says, "You want to know anything about Ogden? You go talk to Kevin Blanch." Oh boy, 7th generation. So it's time. The Watt, Misaka, Leslie Hodgson Gymnasium. It's time we took our city back and protected our heritage.